All right, hello and welcome to Swing It and Ding It, an iHeartMedia podcast. I mean, this is a birdie fest.
It's a Philly show, baby.
Let's
go.
All right, welcome into Swing It and Ding It, an iHeartMedia podcast. This is Moose along with Mays and Matthews, and we're sponsored by Buy My Balls, Bet Parx, and Wear SPF. You'll hear more about all of those wonderful sponsors throughout the program. 3M Open, Kurt Kitayama beats Sam Stevens by 1 for second PGA Tour victory. Arnold Palmer Invitational was his first, 65 on Sunday, but a career best and tournament record tying 60 on Saturday. And on Sunday, I think, Harry, he birdied 6 of the first 9 holes to start out. I mean, that's how you open the door to a victory.
Yeah, he shot an opening 9 of 29, Moose and Danielle, on Sunday. And that was after shooting 60 on Saturday. So he's got his 2 wins. You mentioned the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill. And now he's won 3M, which is another Arnold Palmer design. So it's pretty obvious that Kurt Kitayama likes Arnie as his designer. And he had his brother Daniel on the bag, which was pretty cool to see. Win number 2, and you mentioned Sam Stevens, who was great all week too. But he won by 1 shot with a par on 18 after a 3-putt bogey on 17 that made things a little bit more interesting. So I didn't watch a whole lot of this because I was outside, trying to play golf. And this tournament, kind of was one of those ones where after a major, you're just sort of like, it's like an exhale to, the field's a little bit light and everything.
But event, right?
Yeah, right. And but a really cool. I like seeing these guys. I like Kitayama, and I like Kitayama since following him around with Brandon and Danielle at the Wells Fargo.
Yeah, I was
going to
say
ago.
you became a fan.
You were in the same group with him, and I met his girlfriend, and they met at UNLV where he played golf, and I think she plays golf as well. And Barjan was the other guy in the threesome, the guy from France that played at TCU. So I kind of became a fan of Kurt Kitayama, a little small guy who just pounds it. And he's fun to watch. And now he's got win number 2. I love seeing the validation of the first win, for these guys. So he's a fun guy to watch. And I think he's in the field again this week.
Yeah. Yeah,
Harry, that was also when you drafted me.
Right. That was when the whole concept came.
It all went down. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he moved from, because we're going to talk about obviously moving up and trying to get in a better position for the playoffs and getting your full status. But he went from 110 to 53 with that win.
Yeah,
so, puts him in the top 70.
Right, changes everything.
Yep.
I mean, he goes from gets inside the top 100, gets inside the top 70. So,
playoffs.
I mean, we know how big that is for some guys this week, but it's great to get it done the week prior. So, we talked about Stevens, Lipsky, Matt Wallace, right, who's been playing some pretty good golf. I think he's climbing up the European Ryder Cup standings with it. He is great. And our boy Jake Knapp.
Yep.
Continues to flash and show that there's there's more in there. Curious to see if he can continue. I mean, he's on the board this week.
Yep,
in a pretty high spot. Somebody like that, he's going after it in a week like this. So it's going to be cool to see that. But Kurt Kitayama, he is fun to watch. I flat brim and pounds the ball. Not a real big dude, right?
Yeah. Yep, and his brother on the bag, which was a pretty cool thing.
I think they said it was only like the second time he's been on all year too, right?
Yeah,
because he just does like a fill-in, but bro might have to.
He might have to make arrangements. Yeah. So very cool. And then of course, I know we're talking on PGA Tour, but before they had the Scottish Open for the women last week, and the newly turned pro Lottie Woad goes out and wins the damn thing and took down Nelly Korda and the whole field and won it in her first tournament as a professional. That's pretty impressive stuff. And they've got a major championship going on right now, the Women's Open over in Wales. So that was pretty cool from last week. I actually watched more of that than I did the 3M.
And they're playing in some weather already out of the gate, right?
I would imagine so. Yeah,
I think I saw
in Wales
on social media. Yeah, good stuff as we wrap up. Second to the last tournament this week. The Wyndham Championship is the last tournament of the year.
Easy.
Yeah, wow.
Last time we'll see Ian too, right? Baker Finch.
Oh,
Harry, it's okay.
Say it isn't so. I'm starting a recovery group.
I'm here for you.
For
I'm
some
here for
therapy after this whole weekend ends, because I'm going to miss IBF and telling me that it all depends on the lie, Dottie. I mean, what kind of insight? How much insight can you give? I mean, my God.
They also
color man in baseball for another.
Exactly.
I wonder if they weren't going to renew his contract though, because somebody was like, "Why hang it up now?" And he didn't say like, "Hey, I was ready." He's like, "Well, contract came to an end, and I just kind of." So I was wondering, like,
Yeah, I don't know, but it smells like a possible non-renewal.
I think so too. That's kind of when he was asked the way he was kind of saying it. I was like, got it.
Yeah, and that happens. I mean, NBC has made a lot of changes to their lineup over the last couple of years, and I think their lineup is superior to CBS's.
Oh yeah,
by far now. And years ago, I wouldn't have said that, but CBS needs to make a couple of moves.
Yeah, I think NBC's been doing incredible, and you have to adapt right now with everything that's going on. And it's like we have all these different people. Golf is so popular, you can't just. It's not like where we just have to talk. Everybody be quiet. Harry has a 7 iron and he's teeing off. Like we need excitement. We don't need music. We don't need music in shorts. We just need some. We need some good, commentating.
Yeah. Now, if they follow the pattern that they and Moose, you can speak to this because you're an executive in a broadcasting entity. CBS will hire a guy that has won a major and has an accent, because that's what they do. Oh yeah, that's pretty much. No doubt. Since Ken Venturi parted ways and retired a long time ago, he didn't have the accent. He had a major championship, but they love guys with accents and major trophies. And Ian Baker Finch, in his 2 wins on tour, had one at a major championship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about, I know you talked about the lady side, but Joaquin Niemann.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wins again on LIV. He has won 5 of the 11 LIV golf individual titles in 2025. So far.
I think it's his 7th since he went over to LIV overall. But 5 this year. He's like Mr.
He's
LIV.
Good. Yeah,
he is good. But
I was sad when he first went over because
he's one of the guys I'd want back. Like he's a guy I like to watch. Yeah. But it's interesting how he has kind of dominated this tour this year. He still doesn't play well in the majors.
I know. Yeah. Everyone was watching him, in the Masters and seeing what he would do. And they love jumping all over him when he doesn't perform well in the majors, right? It's the guy definitely has the talent. So, yeah, but it's going to be curious to see what happens there. We talked about contracts being up in TV. Mm-hmm. They're going to be coming up in LIV too. And I think all eyes are on that tour and what's going to happen.
I saw something on X the other day from an account that I didn't recognize. I looked at the account. It had, decent amount of followers on it. It wasn't like a bot or anything. And it was a golf account, but I'd never heard of it before. But the tweet was something to the effect that 2026 LIV is going to be signing more big names from the PGA Tour. Now, I don't know if I buy it, but it's out there. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Somebody knowing something.
Maybe. Wow. Hopefully not, but maybe.
Yeah. I need to do a deep dive into before the next show, kind of the LIV and the standings and where that is. Cause it's kind of the same as the PGA Tour, obviously. Like they, like we saw, I don't know what Chase Koepka's doing now. Like I'm pretty sure he fell out and a couple other guys fell out. Like I think he's actually been out for a season or two, but I want to look and see like if there's any big names that are possibly in the danger line of losing status on LIV.
Yeah. And then, then where do they go? Like if you're an older guy and you lose status on LIV, like Pat Perez, for instance, he lost his status and then they picked him up on the broadcast team. So I don't know if they were still paying him for a while and he just wasn't playing anymore. And they said,
like, we gave you that upfront money. Get on the TV now.
Right.
You're going to do something.
So I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It is. And when Drew was saying in the other episode, like some of them, that upfront money was for X amount of time and then they didn't get prize money and everything else, which we kind of saw with the PGA Tour, that rookie season where they got that $500K and people are like, wow, they're getting $500K bonus. And you're like, no, that's an advance. And then every time you win, that is taken back, and you had to pay taxes on it.
They divide their standings up into 3 zones, apparently. The lock zone, which means you're locked in for the next year. The open zone, which means you're kind of in limbo. And then there's the drop zone.
I love it.
And I'll tell you who's a name here in the drop zone. Ian Poulter.
Oh.
Mito Pereira. Remember him? Almost won the PGA a few years ago. And let me see who else. Ollie Schneider Jans. Remember him? He was
he played against him in the quarterfinals in the USAM.
Yeah, they were thinking he was going to set the world on fire a few years ago. John Catlin, he's been over there for a couple years. Anthony Kim is in the drop zone. He's been kind of in the bottom of the standings all since he came over.
Couple names there,
those
though,
are just
right?
some
Like
names,
that's what I was wondering. And like you said, what are they going to do? Like a Live Champions tour for some of these guys? Or
now I'm thinking Ian Poulter has an accent and a great Ryder Cup record. No major. Would CBS hire him?
Oh, might be onto something.
I mean, he's got a personality.
Yeah,
no question about it.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting interview.
That would be.
Wow. Yeah, seriously. Fly on the wall in that room.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is kind of tea-ish, so let's keep spilling tea.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, let's get into some tea. All right. Well, Charlie Woods, we always got to talk about I feel like if Tiger Woods, Charlie Woods, we just got to talk about any Woods, right?
Oh, yeah.
But after a tough week missing the cut at the U.S. Junior Amateur, Charlie Woods bounced back, got a big time round 2 at the Junior PGA Championship, fired a 6 under 66, 9 birdies, got him to 7 under total, heading into 5th place, heading into round 3. So people are going crazy, 9 birdies. Oh my God, losing their mind. And I'm not going to lie, it's fun to watch. Like, I'm subscribed. I want to watch. Yeah. Like, it's Tiger's offspring. Give me some more,
Yeah, the curiosity factor is strong.
It's real strong.
It really is. It really is.
All right, we got to talk about Happy Gilmore too. I watched it. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah.
I have not.
Oh, Harry.
Not
Golf
yet.
Twitter's already losing its mind. So I won't spill anything for Harry since he hasn't watched it or anybody else watching. But I will say some cool things. Did you guys know Hunter Mahan was Adam Sandler's swing double?
I did see that. Yeah. I saw
that. You have to go and look. Hunter posted like him getting hair and makeup, getting the beard done and everything else. So when I saw it probably halfway through the movie on social. And then when we were watching it, I was trying to like figure out like, wait, was that Adam or was that Hunter? So I thought that was pretty cool because if Hunter wouldn't have put that out, I would have just have assumed it was Adam Sandler like hitting the ball.
Right. Now you watched it on the flight, Moose, right?
I did.
The way out or the way back?
On the way out.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Awesome. I thought it was. I had a couple big laughs. I know it's getting some bashing because of some of the storylines and stuff, but like. What did you think?
The sequel is never as good as like the original. The original is always like you can't touch it. But
it's not going to be Casablanca.
I was laughing.
It's not going to be The Godfather. It's Happy Gilmore.
Exactly. But I was laughing. I thought it was funny. I was entertained. I was honored that they included me in the movie by naming their daughter Vienna. Also, I was like, oh, cool.
How about that? Right.
Thank you.
That was the first thing that jumped out to me.
I was like, wait, what? But yeah, thank you, Netflix, for giving me a little nod there. But no, I thought it was cool. I'm the same. Like, I talked to some friends over the weekend. They're like, well, it wasn't as good. It was dumb. And I'm like, if you don't have that high expectations and you watch it, it's funny, it's entertaining. They kind of make fun of Liv in a sense, but which I was surprised because Brooks, and Bryson were on that faux Liv, like they weren't on the Liv League, they were on the PGA Tour League, but they had a lot of cool cameos. Like that was entertaining, like seeing Nelly as the lawyer and just seeing the random celebs pop up. So I thought it was cool.
I will have watched it by the next episode. That you can be assured of that. But I was over at the Penn Club.
I'm still upset you didn't audition, Harry. You could have been in that.
Yeah, the line was 6 blocks long. As soon as I drove by, I'm like,
You would have been a shoo-in, though.
That ain't happening. But I saw a buddy of mine from 1912 over at Penn Club yesterday, Steve Latos. He actually works for Gap. And he had seen it. And I said, what'd you think? And he loved it. Like he said, my girlfriend doesn't even really like golf, and she loved it. Like
I was laughing.
I said, well, of all the cameos, who was the best PGA Tour player in the cameo role, in your opinion? and he said Scotty Scheffler.
Oh yeah, well yeah, because the whole
Don't. See, I knew you were going to do that. That's why I knew it.
I stopped. I'm sorry.
But he said, Scotty, he said, I'm not going to blow it for you, but that's mine. Do you guys
Well, you know
agree?
who I think was the worst? Well, yeah, he was funny, but
Okay.
actually, in terms of acting, I thought Nelly was convincing. Like at first, because I was like, "Oh, there's Nelly," and literally 2 minutes later, Brandon's like, "Is that Nelly Corda?" I'm like, "Are we in the same room here?" I'm like, "I just said that," but he didn't even notice at
Really?
first. Like, and she was good.
Okay.
But Jack was given a line, and you could tell he was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like it was like he's not an actor.
Xander was funny. Xander was funny.
Oh, Xander, yeah. God, I
going back and forth.
Harry, you gotta watch this because I want to keep just saying like I was just quoted. Xander.
We're gonna have a whole Happy Gilmore review next episode.
Yeah,
Danielle wants to go off on this.
I do. I'm like, I almost blew a couple things. So, all right, I'll be quiet. We'll move on to new team. All right.
It was so cameo heavy. It's like.
Travis Kelce was
all the
also
cameos,
good.
but was it too many Was it just about the cameo? Like I thought.
Because
Bad Bunny wasn't a cameo. Bad Bunny was like a star of it. He was hilarious in it. I thought he was great.
Is DJ Khaled in it?
No.
Oh, God.
Wow.
That's one of Moose's guys. He loves me.
That's interesting.
Maybe because he's too little.
Make it in there.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
You would have thought he'd have been in there. He's Mr. Golf, right?
Yeah. I think we did see something though that it was like Guinness Book, whatever, for like most cameos or something like that.
Really?
We'll have to have Chad on and talk to him about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
But I did see a bunch of stuff from the premiere, and it cracked me up because they had like all these shelves set up, and on the shelves there was the like faux Wheaties boxes, but it said pieces of and for breakfast. And so there was these cereal boxes like that all over the place. So I like how they tied in some of the originals. And that's what I think I liked a lot about people. Some people might disagree completely with me, but I liked how there was little subtle hints of the first one tied in throughout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be quiet. I don't want to ruin it for Harry, but yeah.
Well, we are in talks right now. I don't know if it's going to get harder because of his performance in this one, but our guy, Shooter McGavin, was possibly making an appearance at the Swing It and Ding It Open.
Are you serious?
Oh, let's go. Yeah, now he's, reemerged and he's
I know.
He might require an appearance fee,
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
Is he known for anything else? Acting wise?
He's just Shooter McGavin. You can't.
He's Shooter.
Yeah, you can't be known as anything else.
I saw
media handle Shooter McGavin. Like he's
that's him. That's him. I don't even know if he does. That's his. He doesn't even have a real name anymore. It's just Shooter.
I saw something on social. I think it was on Instagram of him trying to show Nick Faldo how to do the whole Shooter thing. And it was really funny.
Yeah. All right, Zach Blair. He's a funny guy. He goes into Golf Galaxy for a driver fitting. I think it was maybe it was last week or the week before. I'm not sure what tournament it was, but the fitter there at Golf Galaxy doesn't recognize him. Mm-hmm. And Zach's going through and he goes, yeah, you're probably a 1 handicap. And he's like, oh, really? And he's hitting, some drives. And he's like, well, you got to work on this. You got to do that. The club fitter's trying to give him all this stuff. But, he doesn't, if you don't know him, and he shows up, he doesn't maybe present.
He doesn't look like the prototypical tour player. Yeah.
Exactly, Harry. That's exactly what I was getting at. It's not because like sometimes I'll be on the course and I'm like, oh, they all look the same. They're all tall with the hat and whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's just in street clothes, he's shorter, et cetera, et cetera. And so they didn't recognize him. So that was a funny little clip that I saw on social.
I think it was in Minneapolis for the prior to the 3M.
3M. It was. I think it was like Wednesday night or something. He's like, let's just go in for a driver fitting. And so I think it was last week.
Now he's also a golf course architect. He's designed a golf course tree farm down in South Carolina.
Cool.
Is it? Yeah,
and he's a drowdy guy too. He's a fun dude. Yeah,
I've heard the golf course is terrific too.
I heard the same thing.
People rave about it. Yeah.
And Logo Bingo, they have a couple different versions of that, so that would be fun if you ever get out there. Rory and Saint Tropez. So Rory is out partying in Saint Tropez. A guy yells, "Hey, Rory, where's the green jacket?" And Rory, clearly having a good time, maybe enjoying a beverage or two. He just points on the water. He's like, "It's on the yacht." And I'm like, wow, what an all-time response. Just being like, "Oh, it's on the yacht." And then the guy's like, "Yeah," and he's like dapping him up. It was funny. So anytime I see Rory news, I just gotta share it. It's kind of for our listeners, kind of for Harry.
Yeah, well, I saw the same clip you're referring to. I believe it was the same clip I didn't see any women in the shot, which was kind of weird.
They're on the yacht.
Yeah, they're on the yacht. Like you're in Saint-Tropez. Like I'm expecting women in like thongs, to be, just hanging out. Like that's my vision of Saint-Tropez, right?
That's Harry's happy place.
There were no women.
Shot, though. It might have been.
Oh, it was a tight shot. Okay.
Yeah. And also these guys got to be careful. It's not like it's, Moose and you go into some place where you can be like, hey, we can have some girls around here. It's like, this is going to be captured, and you just filed for a divorce a year ago, and we're going to blast it all over the place. Like I'm sure he might have a little, like Moose said, they're on the yacht.
Okay. Keep them out of sight.
Yeah. Let's be smart about this, or your wife's not letting you go to Saint-Tropez again.
Yeah. Jeez.
All right. And that's the tea brought to you by Wear SPF. Looking for sun protection that actually works and feels great? Wear SPF by PGA Pro Justin Thomas has you covered on and off the course. Dermatologist tested and sweat resistant. It's broad spectrum SPF that won't mess up your swing or your skin. From the first tee to everyday life, protect yourself like the pros. Shop now at wearspf.com. That's wearspf.com, and stay sun safe all year long.
I was in my Wear SPF in Pebble Beach for sure because
I had so much
again
FOMO.
That our round on Monday at Pebble Beach. I think from what we've talked to the people there, we probably have had the two nicest days of the year in those 2 days for our rounds in Pebble Beach. Like
amazing.
It was bright and sunny and blue and 70 degrees, very little winds, enough wind to have fun with it. I mean, I was thinking about it flying home. Like if someone said, hey, you could play one more round of golf, right? And that's it. I don't know how I wouldn't say, get me back on Pebble Beach. Like very lucky and fortunate to even be able to go there and play that. I understand that. And I don't take that for granted because it's not easy, right? It's not cheap. The iHeart trip is awesome. It's a client trip. We take about 100 clients out there. They set everything up. They take care of everything. You stay at the Inn at Spanish Bay, which is spectacular. The staff, I mean, they couldn't accommodate you any better. Like you're in the room. I have my sunglasses sitting out. I go out to dinner. I come back. There's like a Pebble Beach, like soft sunglass case that they're now sitting under, right? Like chargers.
And they're probably cleaned and wiped and
everything. Like they just think the food there is spectacular. Every single place. But yeah, so we go out to the Pebble Beach was our first. Well, actually, when we got there, I had my clients from Top Dog Law with me. Great clients. And we get there. The one guy wasn't there, so there's 4 of us. We're grabbing lunch, and it was like 1 o'clock, and I had to be back at like 5 o'clock for like a host, like pre-meeting or whatever it was. And our waitress, I was like, "God, we'd love to go to the Hay." So she calls, and she's able to get us out on the Hay. We go up there. We're not supposed to tee off for like a little bit, but I took care of the guy at the front. They got us out a little bit quicker, and we were able to get a quick round in at the Hay, which is just. It's so fun. It's this little tiny Tiger Woods design par 3 course with the most spectacular views of Pebble Beach. You sit way up high. There's a bar up there. That was a blast. Got a nice little warm up. And then the next day, 8:40 tee time at Pebble Beach. You get out there on hole 1. It's like a little bit cloudy. You have your hoodie on. By hole 2, the hoodie was off. The clouds were gone. And it was bright and sunny the rest of the time. Played with DJ Hodge from iHeart and then 2 awesome guys from Minneapolis, Corey and TJ. And we get on the first tee and we're like, all right, what are we doing? And you know that guy that like he's the bets guy, right? Like I needed a calculator, an abacus.
What game were you playing?
Like we were playing green jackets, 3-hole matches. I have no idea what happened. All I know is after the match, I got handed $160. So
nice.
Wait, were you on Marcel CM watch? Or, did you have a bunch of drinks and just go threaten the course record?
No, I didn't. We did have some cocktails. We were drinking a little bit on that for that round, but not too much. But yeah, I had 2 birdies. I birdied the par 5-6 playing at like 480 yards, which is that uphill shot. I hit that 3 hybrid up that hill. Landed on the green, missed the eagle putt by about 6 inches.
How good would that have felt? Birdies feel a little better there, don't they?
Yeah. And I didn't want to I didn't want to have a knee knocker for birdie either. I was happy that it was a gimme. It was like gimme too, not like a gimme.
That's good. Pick it up. Did they make you putt it out?
No, I tapped it in, but it was.
Yeah,
it
you
was,
probably
it
wanted
was
to.
like,
You're like, come on, let me tap this in here.
And then I birdied the 12th. It was playing 195 with a little wind, a little 6-iron, and probably another like 12, 15 footer. And my boy Devin, my caddy, awesome kid from LA, giving great reads all day. The other caddy there, Jack, was awesome. So it was like, just a great group. You're gambling, 2 great caddies, beautiful weather, like
perfect.
A 10 out of 10 day at Pebble Beach.
That's awesome.
We have to dribble in those videos we have of you over the sound bites you gave there, because that was, like I said, I was living vicariously through our group text.
Yeah,
I looked at them. I was like, come on, I want to be there.
I was watching on the first tee.
18 was so fun. Like, because that, you watch that hole so much. That tree is like
in the
so
middle
iconic.
of the fairway. Yeah. Where did your drive go? Like, was it near the tree?
My drive went upright, towards the cart path, and I actually hit a provisional because we didn't know if it skipped across and went out of OB. 2 of us did the same thing.
No spotters during your tournament.
Yeah, no. I nuked the provisional like up by the tree. It was like a perfect drive, but it's sitting in the middle of the cart path. My first drive, so I pulled it back, took the drop, and then I hit it up to that tree up close on the right. I hit it like a little bit farther right than I wanted to be, so I had to kind of punch it to the front of the green. But when I hit it to the front of the green, it rolled out to the right a little bit. So I had a good look at a birdie putt, and
nice.
And then tapped in the par.
Does that 12th hole, the par 3 that you birdied, does that play uphill?
I feel like it's pretty flat. I feel like it's pretty flat.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
But the
I know 11 is way uphill.
11's way
11, the dogleg right is way uphill. And you showed us Gene Hackman's old house that sits right down there. That place is spectacular.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely spectacular. Yeah, you're good, Daniel. Yeah, it just was everything about the day, the course, the conditions.
Where did you ball on 7? I saw you tee off on 7, and they were congratulating you on a good tee shot. They knuckled you, but I didn't see where the ball landed.
Oh yeah, if you watch the video, I'll send it to you. The caddy was he was the one who took the video of me on 7 and 17. He actually zooms in after the shot so you could see where the ball lands. It landed. I hate giving out feet because people are like, no, maybe it was like a 6 to 8 foot left. It landed pin high and just spun back a little bit and kicked a tad left. I had a birdie look at that too. Just missed a birdie putt, left it like an inch short and tapped it in.
And what was that playing? The yardage wise?
It was short. I think it was
like 100.
It might have even been under it.
Under 100. Okay.
It might have been like 85.
And what was 17 playing? Because I saw you hit that tee shot too, and that was another good one.
17 was playing 190.
But it's probably into the wind there, isn't it?
In the wind. What was that playing? I just had it up actually. I had to. Yeah, I think it was playing like 185, 190, something like that.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the video, he took that too. He zoomed in. I hit every green on the par 3s, which is not my game.
Wow.
Like my game is not hitting greens.
You hit the green on 5 too. That's a.
Yes.
Were you playing over the gorge, or was the tee box in front of the gorge on 5?
It was in front of it.
Okay.
Yeah. It was it was like up left a little bit. Yeah, okay. hit every green. Nice. It was just a day. But the issue is I had multiple, 6s and 7s just to kill my number. If I could eliminate that, man, yeah, it's great. And then Spanish Bay the next day I played with James, with my client, played a little head-to-head match. And it was like such a different day. It's wild. It was like overcast the whole day and cool with like a little bit of a mist, which is a cool feel for playing Spanish Bay because you feel like you're in like Scotland. But yeah, I had 2 birdies on Spanish Bay too. So I had a birdie game going in Pebble Beach. I birdied number 8, the par 3, and I birdied 17, the par 4, short par 4. So
the par 3 maven here, Moose.
I don't know what was going on. Yeah, I was in a range where I was kind of like making sure I hate even saying this stuff out loud because people are probably like, you're an idiot. But like, I was making sure I was kind of like pushing my hands through my shot, right? Because I get stuck back. I fall out of my swing when I'm not playing well. And I was making sure I was like moving my hands through the ball to get me
Mhm.
through it. And it was really like getting me.
I don't think that
ball.
makes sense. I mean, sometimes if you think that sounds stupid, I'll sometimes take a tee and put it even in front of where I should be, or just throw something almost in front of the ball. So it's like, okay, hit the ball, then, hit that, or at least make your swing path go in that direction. So it's the same thing with making your hands go through. So you're not falling back like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Extend through it. Almost like you're hitting a slap shot.
Yes.
I mean, something
but almost like,
now I'm going to get back on my Happy Gilmore stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, but yeah, Harry, I'll send you the video of those two shots because you can see the ball. He zooms in on the ball where it ends up. Is awesome.
I was watching on the story, like the stuff that you were putting up. It was great.
Yeah,
it
was
just
awesome.
Looked like a spectacular day, and it's a good thing that I didn't go on this boondoggle because that weather would not have been
so nice.
It would have been like the Spanish Bay day for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And actually, so after the round at Pebble, I stuck around, had lunch out on the patio on 18, and then I met up with all the guys from my DC office and their clients, and we went out as a ninesome on the hay.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And there was a ton of gambling going on there. I always say the hay. People are like, what do I need to bring? I'm like, you need 2 wedges, a putter, and a helmet. Because it's like it's tight, and some people are very new at the game that are playing out there. Balls are flying back.
Okay.
But
so it's not like the par 3 up at Hamilton Farms.
No, that's a golf course.
That's a legit golf course. Yeah.
This is like a chip and putt kind of thing, but with the most beautiful greens and like great bunkering, and it just is cool. Small, like 75 yarders, 60 yarders, 90 yarders, like nothing over 90 or 95 yards.
Okay.
Where Hamilton Farms, it was like 220 every
Yeah.
Totally different vibe, but
wow,
tremendous. And then I met Scotty McCreery, the country artist, former American Idol winner. Come to find out, certified golf guy. His grandmother grew up on Pinehurst.
What?
He played both days. I think he shot in the 70s on Pebble Beach. Stick. Yeah, he could play the game.
Are we getting him on? Is he coming on the pod?
Yeah, we're gonna get him on. I was talking to him a little bit.
Very cool.
Nice. Yeah, super nice guy. So
that's awesome.
So that's
it sounds like it. Looked like it. That was See, and then you had a celeb pairing. It was like you were actually playing like the Pebble Beach Pro-Am out there.
Felt great. Now I'm playing AC Country Club tomorrow.
America's guest.
I'm playing French Creek tomorrow. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, and my ship's coming back on ship sticks. They will be making it back here today, so I can get them back in time for to play AC Country Club. Great process with Pebble Beach because it was layovers and missed flights and turnarounds, and I didn't have to worry about that. Shipped them out, and they did a great job with everything for me. So shout out to Ship Sticks for that.
That's awesome. Well, talking about golf bags and stuff like that, I actually won 2 OGO travel bags and 2 OGO golf bags. So it was a contest, and I was like, you know what? Like, I need a travel bag, whatever. Let me just enter in this, not thinking anything. And I ended up winning 4 bags. Well, 2 travel bags, 2 golf bags. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. I didn't check my Instagram DMs for a couple of days. And then also Harry Hall said, Danielle, thanks for the offer. I just saw this. That was yesterday. He's like, next time, hope you and B are great. So we'll have to get Harry Hall on here. He responded too. So
that's the Harry you guys were talking about in the chat. I thought you meant Harry Higgs for some reason. I wasn't focused on Harry. There's too many Harrys now.
Well, we're talking about the Open. Well, there's only one Harry who's right to my left. But there's alternate Harrys who we're trying to get on here.
Oh, okay,
so,
good.
Yeah.
Well, he'd be great. He's
because the
Open,
a good guest. But then he took a little bit of a holiday back home, and I think it was like Cornwall's his hometown, I think. So they have a young daughter. Maybe. Yeah. And they have a young daughter, so went back there and had some family time. So I think he had just left yesterday to head back to Vegas. So nice. We'll get him.
He's another UNLV guy.
Yes, sir.
He might have played with Kitayama, maybe there.
I don't know. I don't know the age difference, but yeah.
Good stuff.
Wow. All right, well, let's wrap up the season with the season wrap up. The Wyndham Championship, moving to the playoffs. Numbers 60 through 109 are in the field, which is pretty interesting. Top 70 make it into the FedEx Cup playoffs. Top 100 get full status. You have guys like Adam Scott, who's at 85, who's looking to make a move. We talked about Kitayama, who went from 110 to 53. So
Yeah.
moves can be made. But let's talk about Sedgefield, the old Donald Ross with the course, of course, with Harry Mays.
Yeah, I love this golf course. This is, of course, where the former Greater Greensboro Open is what it used to be called back in the day. I used to go to it when I lived in North Carolina. Fun event. It used to be at Forest Oaks, but they moved it back to Sedgefield in 2008. And this place, I don't think you need to ever move this tournament again. This place is spectacular. Donald Ross, you mentioned, Moose, 1926 design, renovated by Chris Spence in 2007. Par 70, 7,131 yards, not long for a PGA Tour standards, and Bermuda grass everywhere. And it's just this lovely shade of green. This place just looks so darn good on camera with the bunkering, the vintage Ross bunkering. And the rough is manageable. It's only 2.5 inches of Bermuda rough, which isn't too bad. Average green size, 6,000 square feet. There's 52 sand bunkers, 5 water hazards that are in play on 6 of the holes. There's only 2 par 5s, so the scoring never gets too crazy here because there's only 2 par 5s, number 5 and 15. And 4 par 3s. Moose would kill these par 3s probably with the way he's playing right now. 3, 7, 12, and 16. And the average scores over these past couple of years is like you got to go 18 under to 22 under in that range to have a chance to win this thing. Aaron Rye, Lucas Glover, JT Poston, Kevin Kisner, Brent Snedeker have been some of the most recent winners here. So it's not a bomber's place. It's good iron play and good putting to win here. But a great way to wrap up the season. And the only thing you got to deal with in the afternoon coverage is hearing Steve Sands on this afternoon going through where this guy moved with that putt in the FedEx Cup standings when there's 3 days to play. Drives me crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, you mentioned these guys want to get in the top 70 to make the playoffs. So, a lot of wagering, pre-wagering on this tournament is based on guys that you think are really motivated. That's typically what people do. They're like, all right, well, he's not in the top 50. The top 50 gets him into the BMW. He's going to be motivated to, have a big week.
Yep.
Like Ryan Fox is 31st in the FedEx Cup. He's right outside the Tour Championship, and he's in the field. So you think he has a big week. He guarantees him a trip to Atlanta. Guys, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny how, there usually is only a couple. There's only a couple moves. It seems like a lot's going to happen. It winds up being 1 or 2 guys move. Because everybody plays well. But yeah, he talked about Aaron Rye. JJ Spawn, I think, has a win here too, doesn't he? A couple years ago. Or no, he was T3. He was T3 last year.
Yeah. Very close.
But yeah, let's see the line with our friends at Bet Parx. You have Bezudin Hoot.
Yeah, he needs a big week.
Yeah, and he's sitting up there at the top. Alex Noren. Matt's 2000, Aaron Rye looking to repeat. Siwoo, Keegan. I like Keegan at that 2,500 number. I could see him, trying to go all out to get a win here. Yeah. And Lucas Glover, who's had some success here as well at a 3,300 number, is pretty interesting too. You got guys like Max Homa at 2,800, which everyone's always interested to see how Max plays. A guy like Matt Wallace, who just played really well at 3,300. And Akshay, who's been a little bit off, but could he? Guy like Jake Knapp, who we talked about, also in that range, and Jordan Spieth also in the field. So yeah, this is interesting to watch. You never know. Maybe this year might be one of those years where we get more movement than normal.
Yeah, these were pre-tournament numbers, but you rattled off the names that I took. I got Jordan Spieth in the one and done, and I took him at 3,000 plus 3,000 to win. Knapp is 4,000 to win. Glover 3,500 to win, and Akshay in a top 10 at plus 250. So you rattled off all the names that interested me. So good stuff.
Yep. All right, cool. We'll be watching. We'll recap it. We can move ever closer to the playoffs and to the Ryder Cup. So a lot of implications there too as that roster gets finalized. You heading out? Where are you playing?
I'm playing tomorrow at French Creek.
Nice.
Gil Hans design that we used to belong to actually, but a buddy of mine's a member up there, Scott Duke. I'm going to play with him and a couple other guys, and then Saturday at 1912. Still, some guys dropped out. We got an opening if you're available, Moose. Saturday morning at 8:30.
I'm actually going to be down the shore. We have
you are?
Magical Mula Foundation event at Maynard's on Friday night. I'm playing AC Country Club Friday and then
okay. So that's all a part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And then Sunday, Doylestown Country Club at noon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
enjoy.
Down the road.
Enjoy. We'll send us some pictures so we could post it.
Yeah, and I ordered the Stack and Tilt book on eBay for $8.
Wow.
Free shipping. It's something I started kind of working on getting that weight because my ball striking needs to be better. And I think the Stack and Tilt with the weight on the front leg to start is something I've been doing. And I'm just ordering the book because I'm real curious about all this stuff. And it was $8, so it'll come next week. So we'll talk about
our guy,
that.
Mike Manavian, Wes Patterson,
Mm-hmm.
Steve Saraki in that.
Saraki, yeah, Saraki's a big proponent of it over at your spot. Yep.
It works for a lot of guys, man. It works for honestly, like my par threes, like the swing is a lot of those principles. Not exactly, but that's kind of how I feel. When I feel a little bit like off, like I always go back to that, and it gets me just a little bit more in line and more comfortable. So
yeah, about like 60% of your weight on that front leg.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck. Good luck out there, and good luck to everybody else getting out there and swinging it and dinging it. Send us your videos, send us your pictures, and we'll be back next week.